Hey there, folks, and welcome back to the Carthage Campaign. Last time, we concluded the aftermath of the invasion mission, which was all about improving our capital province of Carthago. We also dealt with the aftermath of our invasion of Italy and the new paradigms of the post-Roman world that we've created. We've been working to consolidate our gains. It is a bit of a dicey process given just how populous this new territory is, but we're working on it, and we have assigned a new generation of governors, officers, and researchers to help the state out in that effort. We also have the fairly new leadership of Laith and Abdabal, who are coming in as a duo with some pretty strong stats, and overall a good set of political developments with them. We have a lot of support in the Adiram, and with the Traditionalists having the big chair, their faction is happier than usual and will get happier faster than usual. And of course, I can manipulate oligarch and democrat approval by granting and revoking holdings, my new favorite meta for this gameplay loop. I'm actually amazed I've never realized this and how efficient it is compared to smearing until now, given how comically much my problems with tyranny have haunted me for my entire YouTube campaign. So glad to figure out a way to play republics without wanting to die as much, but nonetheless, that is the situation in the Republic of Carthage. Now, we are going to have to make a decision about what our next mission will be. And I think, all things considered, I'm going to go ahead and, given that I don't yet control all of Africa, I think I'm going to go for Aegis of Africa next. This one is not just about the Africa region, it's actually more about the entire historical North African area of Carthage, but it will, from my recollection of this mission from testing, give me some kind of odd, and we'll talk about this more, some sort of unusual opportunities to expand into North Africa, even though at the moment a lot of this territory is held by my tribal vassals, Massylia and Musalamia. So let's go ahead and get into it. As our trade empire expands with more and more colonies and ports abroad, our ambitions in Africa have withered. That is a very accurate assessment of this campaign so far. We must secure our footing at home, protect our backs from uprisings and raids by unruly tribes before we can once again turn our gaze across the sea. So this mission will be considered complete when Western North Africa is subjugated or conquered. This will also give us Aegis of Africa, I think permanently. Is that a permanent bonus? Plus 0.20 integration speed and plus 20 subject dependent of us. That's really good if that's a permanent bonus for just starting the mission. Oh my goodness. Okay, hold on. Yeah, that's just a permanent bonus. We consider all of Africa our domain, and all its peoples our subjects. We are the shield that guards the realm of Africa. Okay, well, I'll take it. That's quite nice. All right, so let's see what we got here. Over here, we've got a tale of 4 cities. We have to control all of our former feudatories, and we actually did this before we even got the objective to do it, so I can just complete this now. This will give Besatis recently acquired ports for 20 months, or 20 years, 240 months. Province commerce plus 10%, that's pretty good. The Phoenician cities to the south on the coast of Besatis have long been close allies of ours. It is in order to strengthen our hold on the area, it might be time to bring them even closer into the bosom of Carthage. All right, this one requires... Ooh, it's going to actually also require taking this stuff over here. All right, I am integrating Emporia and Tripolitania right now, but I'd have to actually fight... Oh, wait, no, this is held by Tripolitania. So it's just this guy over here. Is that right? Yeah, it is. All right, so what's the deal with Cilia? So this is a local tribe. The McCain-Scilly War. They're a tributary of Nasamonia. I'm not sure how this came to be, but I'd have to fight Nasamonia to fight these guys. Maybe I won't actually. Nasamonia is not actually doing too well against Mackay. Not too surprising, Mackay is a much stronger tribe. Okay, well, we'll have to see what we can do here. This is also pretty far into the Kyrenica province, so I don't know. I guess it's just because this is considered historic Carthaginian land. I don't really want to enter the Kyrenica province, or I mean the Kyrenica region at the moment. I guess we'll come back to that. Okay. Anyways, so what else do we have here? Integrate the Massylian. So this requires us to own at least one territory with city status and 15 or more pops in one of these areas. Okay. This will make Massylian a client state instead of a tribal vassal. This would then let me integrate them after the requisite time. They also become a monarchy if I do this. Interesting. Now, the awkward part is that the best city land is probably the land in their territory currently, but let's double check that. Maybe I can add a city. Let's see. Cinna Fabricania is actually farmland. It's in kind of an odd spot for the province, but this might be the best city location in the province. It's the only farmland in the province. And it is coastal, no river, but the advantages of a coastal city are obviously significant. I think I'm going to go ahead and make this the city, and also probably the capital. Yeah, an internal capital would be better for the province's sort of layout, but this is the best territory strength-wise. And it follows my rule of preferring coastal cities. I mean, I am playing as Carthage, so I don't know what you expected. All right, so let's relocate the capital to Cinna Fabricania and promote this, although I don't actually have the tech that gives me that big discount quite yet. Where on earth was it? Yeah, Petition of Minorities. This one's next. I actually will be getting it very soon, so this is good timing. I'll have to promote this and then wait for it to be upgraded, but I should be able to do this. And that is considered in the territory, right? It is, okay, just barely. So because I build a city in this area, these guys will just become my client state diplomatically. Okay. And then the Wicked Sisters, I can actually do this one already once I can reach it in the tree. This will give Carthago 10% income. That's a huge bonus for my capital province there. All of my imports are, well, not all of them, but most of my imports are there. Okay. And then we've got Mutiny of the Berbers. So this just requires us to have Massylia as a subject, which we do, and not have a truce with them, which we don't. This will start a war between them and me. I get Massylia tamed for 20 years. Integrated culture happiness plus 10%. Wow, okay. And Lath gains some popularity. The Massylians, though ostensibly under our rule, are fickle subjects. We can never be certain if they will fight for their liege or defect to the enemy. Time will tell where Massylian allegiance truly lies. And then we have to own Tebessa, and Tebessa has to be a city. Okay. I guess I can make it a city for this mission. This isn't really a great city location. Yeah, in this province, Ubaza Castellum is definitely the best city location. It's also super central. Yeah, this is just a historical thing. I have to follow the history of it becoming a city. That's too bad, but I can always revoke it later. Okay. All right, so this one I just need to... Oh, well, it takes 1 year to complete, and the war starts on completion, so I don't need to actually have troops up quite yet. I guess I could start this now and then plan to go to war with the Berbers when this finishes. All right, the Massylian Menace. Let's see what this one is. Okay, so this one I have to... So, okay, this one doesn't give me claims. I just have to fight them first. So I either have to have them as a subject, or I have to own all of their provinces, all of their northern provinces, or have it be owned by a subject. And I also have to own my starting Massylian coast territory. This will make Portus Magnus and Portus Divinus cities. Okay, where are these locations? Yeah, would I keep these as cities? I might revoke one of them. I mean, I probably would. Well, hold on, no. I might keep both of them as cities. They are African coast style locations. They're plains, but out here the terrain's not quite as strong. Okay. And then this requires Carthaginian _ Africa _ expansion _ securing _ coastline _ TT : 1. All right, so at least the localization's broken, but at least the description is still there. Carthage or subject owns the entire African coast from Safim to Carthage. Okay, so this is going to be more of a long-term project. And this will give me North African naval hegemony for 20 years. Naval maintenance -5% and ship damage taken -5%. Okay, pretty good stuff. I think I'm going to go ahead and begin working on Mutiny of the Burghers, because I can do this one when the city's done while that war is going on. So let me go ahead and just start it now, and then let's see what we're dealing with here. Massylia is no slouch. This may be a bit more of an involved conflict. They do have 221, actually even more than that, 227, no, 228 even, Massylian, or no, only Massylian. 227, the Massylians don't count. I don't think they've integrated them. So, I could do this war either with my levies, which would be the easiest way of doing it, or I could do it with mercenaries, which would be probably more cost-effective. Well, not literally, because it would cost me more money, but it would cost me less in other resources, which might be more important at the moment. I think I probably want to do this war with mercenaries. I don't really plan to control the sacking. The only city here is their capital, Kirta, which is, let's see, it's a hill city. So I'm probably going to raise this anyways. So we can just wait. We also don't have any political influence right now because of, I think, a recent event. But for now, at least, I think we can just wait. I don't need to hire the mercs right this second. Maybe I'll wait until... hold on. I'll wait until probably late 460 to get to it. The Aegis of Africa. As our trade empire expands with more and more colonies and ports abroad, our ambitions in Africa have withered. We must secure our footing at home, protect our backs from uprisings and raids by unruly tribes before we can once again turn our gaze across the sea. All right, so the... Oh, I see. Okay, so this is only while I'm doing this mission. Allegedly. I don't know. I had the thing pop up already. Maybe it'll work like this. Okay. I guess it will go away. That's too bad. Oh, is it happening a little... I thought it... Okay, I guess there's an event chain. I thought it happened after 1 year. We may be getting the war a little sooner. Massylian insurrection. The province of the Massylian people has resulted in a most troubling situation. Or no, the provocation. One of our most trusted... Let me just start over with this. Hold on, I'm going to take a swig of coffee. All right. The provocation of the Massylian people has resulted in a most troubling situation. One of our most trusted diplomats to our tribal protectorate has been seized on trumped-up charges of inciting insurrection. His execution is inevitable, though we are left with a decision as to how best to portray this act to our own citizens. Okay, I don't really want to lose 25 popularity on Leith. Honestly, I'm going to spend the manpower. This is going to likely be a mercenary-led war. I probably should hire the mercenary company or companies now and just let them gain morale. I don't know exactly... The way the mission was phrased, I think it's supposed to start the war on the mission's completion, so I think there's going to be basically a year of events leading up to the war, which makes some sense. That's probably how it would work. But I'm not 100% sure what to expect, so I think it may be a good idea to hire the mercenaries sooner. Let me hire them next month, I think. Okay. Who can we hire that's nearby? I guess this merc company is a little damaged still. I could bring in these guys. 6 martial, though. Not so impressive. 13 martial is more like it. Okay, so let's see here. Africa has 640. Most of whom are probably Punic, whereas these guys have around 200. Africa produces a levy of 33 compared to a size of 16. This force might be comparable to the Massylian This is probably more than they have, and 13 Martial is 13 Martial. I think I probably hire this Merc company here. I still have these big discounts, so it's only 25 gold to purchase, and then 4.69. It's obviously completely fine. I need to increase this, actually. Hold on. Yeah, it's going to be a bit more expensive. I don't think I need to go to increased pay for this. With 13 Martial, we should be completely fine. Alright, let's go ahead and hire the Mercs. We may be doing this a little early, but they're going to take about 10 months to get up to their full amount, so this is probably necessary anyways. In the meantime, let me go ahead and move them. Yeah, the issue is I don't really have a lot of African fortifications. That's not true, I actually do have them in my permanent capital locations. I should build a fort up here as well, but we can do that after we have more money. Alright, let's go over to Choba for now and just hang out there. Actually, no, let's go a little further to Igilgili. There we go. Okay, someone's been trying to befriend Laith. Balkar, the chief of... I swear to God, let me look at this interface, please. Okay. Basti. Okay. That's fine. Didn't I have double glass before? Did I imagine that? Hold on. I'm gonna verify what's going on here. No, it didn't. Okay, I I must have had it before, but I thought I had it last episode, but I guess not. Alright, this isn't great, but AE is declining, so it should hopefully be manageable. Friend request. Balkar Iskerbelis, the tribal chief of Basti, has cordially invited our Shopet to a banquet of grand significance. It seems he has the intention of forging a friendship between our two nations. This is probably a good idea. They do border one of my exclaves. Let's go ahead and agree. If you kill Laith, I'm going to invade Iberia, so hopefully he doesn't do that. Massylian tribesmen move to Carthage. At our invitation, several communities of Massylian tribesmen living near our border have agreed to come and settle in our land. Alright. Interesting timing on that. Okay. I could have done all the integrations when I had the bonus, but there's no... Like, doing an integration doesn't have any maintenance costs, so there's no reason to do it when it's faster if you can just do it sooner. It would have ultimately happened sooner the way that I did it compared to doing it in an alternate timeline where I did it now. I don't know if that made sense. I'm still waking up. Martial Advance Shopet 3. He's the third one. Laith is the third Shopet, I guess. Alright, so we get some bonuses to morale of armies and navies and some malices to Legion and Navy maintenance cost. Alright, great. Let's go ahead and grab Petition of Minorities now. I'm tempted to put it off even longer because there is more good stuff, including I could get to temporarily 0 gold cost to hire mercs. It'll go back to, I think, 75% reduction permanently, but this is... And also being able to prevent them from being bought off and bribed is nice. Okay, let's go for Petition of Minorities. I don't want to delay this. Allowing accepted minority leaders to submit petitions on behalf of their people at least gives them the opportunity to make their grievances known. Province loyalty plus 0.02, unintegrated culture happiness plus 3%, and found city cost modifier minus 25%. These are also going to help with my province management. Latium's down to negative 0.26. That's pretty good. Yeah, this is looking more manageable now. I'm happy to see that. Okay, so the cost to make this a city is now 150 and 37. We're a ways away. Hopefully we get some stakeholder events kind of soon. Let's trade with Sedicusei. Anytime I can do anything with Sedicusei that makes them less likely to attack me unexpectedly, it is for the better. Alright, the level 3 port in Ostia should be done kind of soon. What I'm going to do, I'm going to preemptively, just to get some money back, actually. Here, look at this big brain maneuver. Cancel. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Look at me, I'm swimming in the dough. Or maybe not quite, but we're getting there. We also have an oratory advance, plus 0.50% country civilization level. Okay, I could just grab public slavery now. Slave output plus 3% is nice, but the real power of this tech is, of course, the mechanic change of imprisoning characters that are gamblers in debt or critically corrupt. No longer has a tyranny or popularity penalty. Now, imprisoning a character is still a huge gamble because you're basically you're nuking their loyalty most of the time permanently. Like, it's such a huge deal to that character. I mean, understandably, I don't expect characters to just be cool with you imprisoning them, but you really don't want to do imprisoning as a kind of part of normal political gameplay unless it's an extreme situation. But this does make it easier on your tyranny, because imprisoning someone can cost quite a bit of tyranny if it comes to it. So this also is required to get to other really good stuff. Let's see, Divinely Guided could be quite nice. I only need one of these to get to Merc benefits, and although this stuff is quite strong, random characters executed, I think it might actually not be a bad idea to go this direction next. I could also mess around with League cities in this campaign, which could be kind of interesting. This feels like a good campaign to do League cities. I'm also, now that I have more territory, perhaps I could actually release territory in some of my border regions as League cities. Specializing in trade, producing extra trade goods, that sounds exactly what I'd want those sorts of colonies to be. The issue is I only have one more innovation coming in. Unless I get a tech randomly, I'd have to wait quite a while to get to Colony. So what can I reach in 2 innovations that is immediately useful? Colony is probably the option I'd want to go for next. Although, again, this stuff is really strong. I also can't get to mercenary benefits without getting through at least 2. Although I'd end with the pretty strong Triumviri Capitales. I could also get legal patronage, which probably is not a bad idea to grab. 2 extra loyalty on everyone actually kind of does go a long way. Plus, getting centralized committees will save me on PI costs long term. That's another really strong option, actually, to go for that. There's also the AE ones. There's a lot of really strong options around here. Oh my gosh, Mercenary Alliance in this campaign would go crazy. And then there's the economy options. There's just so many good options. Then there's even good stuff over here. What does a Great Temple do? I never remember the vanilla buildings. That's right. This could be really strong. Pop conversion speed plus 2 for the territory. Ooh, man. Let's see. Okay, let's grab, man, I don't know. There's a lot of really strong options here. All right, you know what? Let's go for, because we just got, hold on, getting lost here. We just got Petition of Minorities. I needed this for the city cost modifier, but I think now I'm going to quickly switch over and grab legal patronage. I want to get to centralized committees. So legal patronage, a system of legal sponsorship will establish a means of hierarchy within the echelons of our realm. All right, this should help quite a bit. How are we looking on our tech rate? Okay, looking pretty good. I'm going to keep it on default for now. I want to get as much tech as possible. No time to waste. Getting this taken care of will be very nice. Oh, hold on. We can start integrating Selenus now. Or can we? I guess we can't, actually. Oh yeah, I made Selenus a client state more recently than 10 years, so I'll have to wait until 467, unfortunately. But I think Heraclea and Minoa, I should be able to do it with them. We're almost there. So Thermae will also be in probably a number of years, so that's fair. Massylian tribesmen moves. Wow, they're just We'll be ready. Okay, so we've got more emigration from Massylia. Yeah, conflict is brewing here. The other thing too is that this is depriving them of their core population. All right, some of our ports are done. Very nice. Look at this Carthaginian style fort built over the Greco-Roman style city. Love to see it. All right, over here in Ostia, let's go ahead. You know, I don't know. I could just actually do it as a split. That would probably... Actually, let me do it in the smart way. So, let's see. We've got 25, 26. I just need 3 more. That's not the right button. 27, 30. Okay. And I should have gone to... Yep, it did. It intelligently picked between 3? I guess there were 2 in... Okay, sure. That's how it worked. Alright, it actually, like, redistributed it fully. Ah, that's right. No, yeah, that's 6. So 24 plus 6 is 30, so that is correct. And then once we have 30, I'm actually going to make the Carthage Reserve just the captured Liburnians and create a proper... First Navy, a Hexarray Navy, which is a little wild, but it's technically, I think, the meta strategy. It'd probably be better on the pocketbook to have a normal Navy, but I've got to use my riches for something, and having a giant Navy, like literally a giant Navy of giant ships, feels like the right move. Oh, I saw the -5 stability. What? Abdashir Ha Leob, my Reb. What are you? I never remember these terms. Okay, this is my treasurer. Or she is my treasurer. It's truly a dire advisor. People laugh openly at stories of her sheer inability to lead and her enemies eye our lands hungrily. She's not that bad. I mean, I guess 2 out of 10 isn't exactly great, but she's getting there. She's got a lot of natural potential. By the way, I'm not sure why the treasurer is a martial position. I guess they're just intimidating, and I mean, people in real life are scared of the IRS for reasons. That's kind of the equivalent here. She just needs some time to adjust. This is not the time for that. I really don't want that to happen too often here. Did our sacrifices run out? It did. Rough. Okay. I need that PI urgently. Can we get some political influence events, please? That would be very cool if I could get some of those. Perhaps someday. What's our current colony status, by the way? Ventures. Okay, it's actually in a month or 2, so that works. We'll keep an eye. I'm going to guess end of May is when that will be updated. How's the Massylian Gaetulian war going? I think Massylia is winning, just based on the who controls what. All right, more tribesmen are moving out of Massylia. Interesting. Another trade route opened up. Okay. Probably just more gold. What's this from? Probably from Pops. Wait, do I have a free... I actually have free investments. I didn't realize that. Okay. Let me get more business. Actually, I don't really... Maybe I should go for something else. Hold on, before I select that, let me just grab the last gold available and check and see what the parties want. Oh, they have no current objectives. Okay. Democrats want confiscation. I mean, I could do some confiscation, just get some free approval. The thing is, I'm actually going to hit max approval, I think, if I do this. Although, let me... I think it's 5 per, right? Yeah, it's 5 per. So that would be 50, so it'd be 25, but then it would be declining. So we actually wouldn't, this wouldn't be inefficient. I think this is not a bad idea. This will secure the Adiram support for probably the rest of Lath's term at the very least. I may as well just grab this, because it's such a good option. I shouldn't do it with him, though, because he's the party leader. And I also don't think I should do it with Hanno. I think I actually granted him a holding before to keep him loyal. So let's see who we can potentially bully here. Magoni. Okay. Can probably do this twice with... I reckon he only has 1 holding. we'll just do the 1. All right. And I guess Himmelco can suffer the fate. All right, let's do your 2 best holdings. All right, that should be the Democrats satisfied. Probably on the next monthly tick, they'll let me know that they approve of my... There we go. It is even sooner. Aims of the Democrats realized. Partisans of the Democrats are practically falling over each other to congratulate Shupet Laith for defending their interests in the Aedirum of Carthage. Pandering to the desires of the common people has increased the support we can expect from them for the time being. All right. Imagine the Democrats in real life having partisans who did things. Okay, this Merc company should be on shock action. And I'm hoping this is enough. I can raise the levy to join them, but I prefer not to, honestly. I'd rather just pay for this war with money, as opposed to with Punic blood. We are going to be pretty soon here. Also, what was I waiting for? Oh yeah, Colonial Ventures. That should be done now. It is done now. I didn't get a notification about it because why would I? Okay, so let's see. Who wants a colony? Trick question. No one wants a colony, but who will not rebel if I impose a colony? That's the real question. Would the Siceliotes accept a colony at Lelubim? Nope, that's the wrong spot. Why are you picking that spot? There's literally no reason. Okay, let's find someone else. How about the Massylians? That's timely. All right, no colony for you. The Marians. Where are you? Tamdo. Oh, you're over here. Where would this be? Tamdo? Oh, here? I don't think so. Wait, no, that was the Massylian. Okay, yeah, my mistake. Yeah, I don't know why I have Massylian pops in my territory. I guess there's just a few who've moved to Carthage. Fair enough. All right, how about the Massylians? I gave them right of intermarriage before. Or maybe they had that before. Oz Opon. Let's see. Where are you? I have multiple Opons, but where is Oz Opon? Oh, it's here. Okay. I don't think so. Okay, I don't have enough Hebrews. They're probably also just living in Carthage. I found a colony for them. Sardian colony in Karali? Samas? Huh? How is this? Who? Okay, come on. Corsican colony? Where would this be? Fauciane. Okay, no. How about the Siculian colony? Come on. Mitastraton. No. What the? Who is making these colony location choices? And why are they making them so poorly? How about a Bostonian colony in Baria? All right, we have a winner. Okay, I'm not going to check the others because I don't think I'm going to have any more luck than this. Okay, Baria will be the colony, finally. All right, send over some Punic props. We've read this before. Let's do it. All right, Baria, a Punic colony. I'm also going to promote this to a city in several 100,000 years when I have enough PI for such ventures, but it's on my list. Badia, where else? Lelubim. Obviously, Kina Thabracania goes first, but then the others will be in the list too. And Badia, well, it's not an amazing territory. It's plains, coastal, no river. It's probably the best territory in the province. It also isn't taking up a gold territory, which this was. In fact, this should probably be mine, but I'm not going to spend the money right now because I need the money for other ventures. All right, I think my plan to hire the mercs early was probably a good idea because they're just about hitting their morale cap now. Also, the reserve is growing nicely. Good to see. Okay. Do I have a claim on Massylia by chance? I actually do. Oh no, it's show superiority. Why does it oh. Okay, that's right. It's from the mission. I was about to say. That's quite a coincidence, but no, it's the mission completing. You just popped this up instead of a mission event. War. My Shopet, the Numidian regional power of Massylia, declared war upon us. Prepare for battle. So all of my remaining clients are going to join in. Okay. I know that I have low maintenance. That is the intent. Okay, so we're just going to send the mercs straight into Kirta and start sieging. Actually, I should probably try to kill their army before I do that. But I might not need to. Okay, what does Numidia raise as a levy? Let's take a quick look. Let me bring the Numidia levy with the mercs, just to be on the safe side. So let me have the mercs lead the way. Going in. All right, we're gonna go in as a group. Actually, just kidding. We're gonna have the Numidia levy. No, that's not the right button. I will have the mercs allow attachment though. The Numidia levy can quickly. Actually, I'm gonna do this in even. No, I'll move them together as a group first in case there's raising. I mean, it's a tribe though, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, they're gonna mostly raise around the capital, but in case they're raising people. No, they won't do that because it's all within the same region. So they're gonna raise everyone at the tribe. But can't they also raise it? Okay, you know what? I don't remember if tribal levies all raise together at the capital, or if they can raise at provincial capitals. I think it's always at the capital. Which means I'm going to, after 30 straight seconds of thinking about this, we're gonna go ahead and send out the cav ahead. And then this force will actually join the main merc force. Okay. I guess I could just raise the Africa levy to be extra safe. And then I could just invade from this direction. I really like to avoid raising the Africa levy. I want them to keep giving me research. Ooh, you know what? I can actually go for that. Yeah, that's what I like to see. All right, let's go on speed 3. This is fine. Massylian mutiny, here we go. A messenger arrives. Massylian forces have been spotted raiding our towns and villages. It seems as if the Massylians have shown their true colors. They have no loyalty to Carthage, and have unsurprisingly declared war upon us after a minimum of baiting. Laith Gerbili stands up and addresses the Senate. We shall gather our might, and we shall crush them beneath our heel. They will know their place in the end. Okay, we get claims on all their territory. Carthaginian missions are kind of busted. Like, this is a really, really strong set of missions. I know they're an interesting country, and I know that Invictus probably adds a lot of... Ooh. I can't have imagined a more perfect scenario than this. Okay, we're going to miss their much larger force, but we will catch the smaller force and probably draw them backwards into the battle. Now, it's a little hard to see. This is 8.5k, 3k. So this is about, well, in fact, it's exactly 11.5k, which means the mercs and the levy together was the correct move. This is the biggest brain you'll ever see. Not that you will likely see my brain, hopefully. If I get open brain surgery, don't all brain surgeries have the open element? I was thinking of open heart surgery, but hold on, what is it? Who came up with the term open heart surgery? Like, is there such a thing as a closed heart surgery where they're like just guessing, like they reach in, they're like, I think the heart is here. Okay, I'm gonna stop yapping, I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh my god, Egypt, yes! Alright, I think that means that Egypt has conquered someone who has glass. I'm not sure where that happened, but presumably that's how it happened. Alright, love to see it. Okay. Battle of Kirta should be imminent now. Or not? What was that? How did they get away in time? Okay. I'm being swindled at this very moment. Okay, they're gonna come back. That's good, that's good. We've gauged the enemy. Occupation here is 1. You rush over to join that battle. Okay, this is perfect because they're not actually going to take advantage of my completely undefended heartland. Alright, this should be completely fine. Even with reinforcements coming in, they shouldn't be able to... You know, I might actually... Okay, I won the battle and then the new battle started. That's actually probably the best way that could have happened. Oh, hold on. Don't do that. You hold here for now. Okay. Now you can head on in. Patient in Nikivibus is done. Nice. You... Actually, you know what? We're gonna just slide around like this. Is this... Oh yeah, the zone of control. Well, yeah, this unfortunate zone of control lapse there. Now, I did see one 500 stack around here somewhere, so I need to be a little careful about that, but should probably be okay. Alright. This slaughter at Kirta should be fine. Battle of Kirta is done. So it's a little hard to tell because we actually had this as two separate back-to-back battles, but we pretty badly damaged the Massylian forces. Look at this. The Merc leader picked up a nickname, the Numidian. That's kind of cool. Carnage, whispered tales are told of the short, violent battles led by Sypax Vermina, the Numidian. In truth, our own troops fear him almost as much as the enemy. A useful reputation, perhaps. This guy just rolled up into the campaign and is already a legend. Sypax Vermina is also such a cool name. A useful reputation. Okay, I could just assault this. Oh, maybe not, actually. Nah, level 3 fort. Unless I'm seeing breach, we're slow sieging. Yeah, that will just wipe out. Yeah, you know what? I don't know what I'm talking about. This is Invictus. You need 100,000 men to siege a level 1 fort with the breach when it's at 49%, so... Let's just slow siege it for now. If there's a breach, maybe I'll go for it, but level 3 fort, I don't even know if I will do it with the breach. Breach will speed up the siege anyways. Once we get the rest of the capitals, we can just slow siege this forever. No rush. Alright. Okay, I could have started this actually a little sooner. Let's start integrating Heracleum and Noah now. This will be pretty quick, only a few years. Very nice. And then how far away is Thermae? Right, 66. And then Selinus is 67. Okay. Integrating Heracleum and Noah, there's our religious advance, plus 1% omen power, will allow us to get off of too many relations, which is great. Okay, let's grab centralized committees now. Change governor policy cost minus 20%. Standardizing the bureaucratic tools of our governors by providing them with competent assistance will improve the effectiveness of local government by cutting inefficiency. I like to get this as early as possible. In this campaign, I happen to have a very war-focused early game, as you noticed, so the mercenary bonuses I went for first were definitely the right call, but glad to finally grab that now. Are my client navies coming to join my navy in my port? Okay, thanks for the help. I appreciate that. There's not much else they can do right now, so I guess they're just showing their solidarity. Showing their solidarity. Okay, you. Ooh. Possible problem. Actually, maybe not. Alright, we'll see if this force can survive. We're defending in plains. We have more morale and higher martial. I think we should probably win that, but then we'll be too weak to actually siege it. Alright, the other guy can come back and take it later. Yeah, we'll be fine. Little horse duel. Never hurt anyone, except for the horse. Alright, there we go. You just hold that for now. Okay, yeah, don't take it from me, please. These guys are following me. You can just go join the siegers now. That's fine. As ready as I am for... Huh? Where did this mercenary... Sorry for the long pause, my brain completely broke. Where did these mercenaries come from, and how were they hired and unblack flagged immediately? Were they in Massylian territory and then they just left really quick before I noticed them? I thought they had to enter Massylian territory to unblack flag. I'm pretty sure if they're in my territory, they can't be hired and then unblack flagged immediately. What happened here? Okay, I'm completely bewildered by what happened there. I could just hire these guys, or, I mean, bribe them myself. I know I can't, actually. Well, I almost can. I prefer not to. I mean, this is probably fine. They're probably going to go siege Ikosim, but really, that really caught me off guard. It took like a full 30 seconds to process what I was seeing there. Alright, I don't love this force existing, but it's not strong enough to knock us off Kirta at this rate. That's the wrong spot. Go there. Right, Massylians are regrouping. Not ideal, but as long as they don't get any funny ideas. Okay, they're getting funny ideas. I may need to raise the Africa levy, after all. If I can only hire a merc company here, that'd be probably nicer, but this war shouldn't be too long. Africa levy won't be raised permanently, so let's go ahead and raise them here. Alright. Yeah, it's a little overkill, but I want to respond to this invasion. Let's actually go to Burb, so we're in a bit of a more central spot. This is going to hurt my economy quite a bit, but I unfortunately got to do it. This level 3 fort is effectively preventing me from assaulting. Alright, Laith with his 6 marshal will have to win the day here. Probably it'll be fine. Oh, come on, don't get away from me like that. Go back to Taburb, maybe we can catch him like this. Should be pretty slow moving. You guys head over to Sika. Please don't get sniped on the way there. Defender's Desert. Okay, no breach still. That means the slow siege continues. These guys are going to grab that. Okay, you can actually head back over here then. Are they going to let me just grab those guys? Okay. If that's how you want to do it. Intriguing. Embarrassment at the feast. Laith Gerbili was already in a bad mood today, irritated at having to attend a feast that he couldn't get out of, and was drinking heavily to pass the time when the incident happened. Halfway during the third course, a bumbling servant, a man named Bodo Magoni. This nobleman is a bumbling servant? Okay. Look at... Laith is just a cheeky guy. Look, this guy is like, hey, noble member of the court, you're going to be my bumbling servant today. Laith isn't even from a great family. This is some Carthaginian behavior. Like, this guy's just like, I'm a minor character, but I'm a Chopet through merit. I'm going to make this nobleman my bumbling servant. Anyways, lost his footing and tripped, dropping an expensive crystal pitcher that shattered into 1,000 pieces. The host, Himilco Ibark, rose to his feet, face blood-choked and angry, and demanded that Bobo be beaten in front of everyone. Jeez. I mean, I did revoke multiple of this guy's holdings, so he's probably a little upset anyways. All eyes turned towards Laith, who raised unsteadily. I'm just going to pay for this with Laith's money. That's completely fine. I want to lose loyalty on this family head character. No need to cause a scene. I'll pay for the dishes myself. Okay. Alright. This actually worked out pretty well. I'm able to take on these guys with my... Ooh, hold on. Okay. The last of the Argyraspides, one of the fabled veterans from the Silver Shields, the backbone of Alexander's army, is requesting a place to stay in Carthage. They have not often been seen after they betrayed Eumenes by handing him over to Antigonos, as the unit was split up and dismissed by the general. It seems Thoas Gallipides was banished from Thermae. He can stay around, but I don't really want this guy joining my court. He could cause some sort of weird problem. We've engaged the enemy. Very nice. This should probably be a complete slaughter. These guys will probably get locked in before they can arrive. Though they may break the lock because the AI can do that, seemingly. Our fortress is under siege. Oh yeah, they're working on Ikosim. No surprise there. Oh wait, I fought them here? Were they not walking here? I thought they were... Okay. We'll just catch them over here then. That's fine. Okay. Good. Wait, hold on. Let's see here. Yeah, this is fine. No breach. Means slow siege continues. Still no breach. Yeah, I'm actually very glad I raised the Africa levy now. this would be a complete mess without them helping out. Okay, so if I could lower them, that'd be nice, but they're stuck raised while the war continues. It is what it is. Let's just proceed. Actually, let me bring them over here, because I think at this point, if they join in, especially if there's a breach, I'm comfortable assaulting. With the war pretty much over, there's no reason to not do a cost... Oh, never mind. The Siege of Kirta is won. I didn't even need to finish what I was saying. Okay, the War of Massylian Aggression. Yeah, that's what... that's more like it. Finally, I can, in the gameplay mechanics, blame the AI for my evil aggression, as it should be. Alright, Massylia. This is what you get for aggressing upon me. That's exactly what had happened. Please don't check the tape. Okay, so what are we... Oh my gosh. Tibet. Surprise, Tibet. Okay, so this is all Numidia and a little tiny bit of Africa. Okay, so this is going to expand the Numidia region substantially. Okay, this is a 17 AE peace deal, which isn't exactly what I had said at the start of the episode I wanted to do, but this is what's happened. And I think it's worth to do this. All right, let's go ahead and take this deal. Yeah, I could make them a... Well, let's see. Making them... Okay, the issue is I can't make them an integratable country because they're still a tribe. If I could do that, I probably would do that to save on AE. They were already a tribal vassal, so doing this just kind of makes the mission pointless. This one is a downgrade. I mean, I'd rather get the money over the manpower, but making them a tributary, I think like this is territory I want to control directly long term. I should just take it directly. It's expensive, but I can deal with it. Okay, let's do it. All right, the Massylian elite. We're gonna go ahead and seize all assets. So this is by the way a difference from the Invictus mod. They have removed, as far as I can tell, the ability to ransom individual nobles that you imprison. Instead, you have this option where you kill everyone and then you just take money directly. And I think I'm probably going to go for this one. Actually, no, that's just kidding. I'm going to go for Banish Those of Class. This is less than a month of income, but this is actually several months of AE loss, so this is better. And it still does kill everyone, or gets rid of them otherwise. All right, my Shopet, the Numidian regional power of Massylia, accepts our generous peace offer. Massylian Sitafenzia to Carthage. Massylian Sertania to Carthage. Massylian Massylia to Carthage. Massylian Thabracania to Carthage. Massylian Arazius to Carthage. Massylian Gaetulia to Carthage. And Massylian Zaba to Carthage. Okay. Of course, everyone is still moving, because I can never just lower them on the spot. But the mercs can go. Thank you for your service, mercenaries. We'll lower who we can. And then we will wait a few days for movements to stop. Sadek Hussein wants my leather immediately. All right, lower everybody else. There we go. All right, let's take a look at our mission, first of all. This requires us to make Tebaset a city. All right, that's right. So we'll have to make Kinneth Thabracania, which is going to be a city long term, and Tebaset a city. I guess I could do Tebaset first, because I'm also going to revoke it, but we'll see. I don't have enough PI to make anything a city right now. Okay, so let us take a look at the new territory. And first of all, not that button. How are you feeling? 57 loyalty, yeah. My Numidia governor, Yubei, is pretty loyal. He's patient, and he's a trad, so he likes that we have a traditionalist Shopet. That's good. Okay, so first of all, Nicovidus is mostly controlled by the now victorious Massylia. Look at that. Yikes, okay. Yeah, Massylia is definitely a pretty serious threat. Well, not... Maybe I shouldn't overstate things, but they're my most serious African threat now. Same thing over here with Zaba, so I'm not going to bother with too much management over here, aside from making Tebaset a city temporarily, not permanently. Okay, in the Arazius provinces, sort of go around in a circle. I'm going to end up moving the capital, obviously, which I can do for free because of my mod. Where should the capital be long term? Strongest territory is probably Theisticum, which is controlled, of course, by Massylian. Because why would I ever have anything nice? Because it's on the river, that's why it's a little bit stronger. We'll come back to that. Okay, so over here, I had put the capital at Kulkatani, which I'm probably just going to move the capital back to. Any reason to put it somewhere else in this province now? I don't think so. Yeah, I think this is still the best spot. And actually, with a fort at Kina Fabricania, it's going to create enough fort coverage. This will be open, but you can't enter past the mountains with the fort coverage here. And I guess you can actually sneak around like this. So there is still a way in to the interior of Africa past the fort coverage. That's okay. I can live with that. Okay, so that is fine, and then this is probably fine. Okay, over here, actually, first let me check over here. I gained all of this stuff. Any buildings, actually, let me check for that too. Okay, so over here, what to do? Choba would be fine, yeah, because over here, so the capital location here may depend on what I do here. All of the options on the coast are hill territories. Spices could be nice for a city, and this is actually, oddly, a completely packed settlement. This almost has, like, city population levels, and it has a city resource, but it's actually not a city, which is really bizarre. I think Carthage probably won't be the city permanently, so I'm going to go ahead and dismantle it now. Don't need that level 3 fort anyways. Let's just check. Actually, it is hills. Let me revoke it now. For sure won't be a city long term. Any buildings here? Have these guys built any buildings anywhere? Building free playstyle over here. All right. Yeah, just no buildings at all for me. Okay. That's great. So, let's see. Diana Veteranorum is in a nice central location. It is plains. No river, but there's no rivers anywhere around here. Let's see. This would line up with the mountain, which is kind of nice. Let's see, is there... Okay. It is a possible farm location, though. I think Tenebrestia is a little bit better. It also lines up with the fort I know will be over here, Kulkatani. Yeah. Wait, no, it does not. I'm wrong about that. It's a little far from it. But that's okay. Okay. I'm getting a little lost here. Okay, so Kulkatani is settled. This one over here is settled. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just start building a fort here so I don't accidentally move it later. Should this be Theisticum? I think probably so. Unless one of the territories is the name of the province, then I may select that over it if it's an okay territory. It would be great to have a coastal city here, but I don't think I have a strong enough option to overcome the downsides of it being hills. Oh, hold on. Hills? Yeah, minus 2% local civ level. Even with the benefit of coastal, it is a good idea to have a couple coastal, or a couple non-coastal internal cities. What is here? Oh yeah, revoke city status. I think Tenebrestia is probably, but then it's also too close to Choba if I have Choba be a city. Although Choba is also a farm territory. Let's see. This doesn't count as being on the river, is it? No, because it's a lake. No river is over here. Okay, here's the plan. What if we did Lobrinia and Tenebrestia over here? These two internal cities match up with each other perfectly. This also lines up with the lake, so this creates a fort line. And this is a little close to Choba. But then this one is a little close to Lobrinia. I could do a city at Subzuaratanum. It's kind of an odd spot for a city. It actually almost lines up with Thasticum, bizarrely. There's some very long provinces around here. This would actually line up, though, with the mountain. So I'd actually have a fort line. So let's see, I'd have a fort here, a fort here. So this lines up lake to mountain. And then, let's see, this would be fortified, fort coverage. This would have fort coverage here. So on the north side of the mountain, I'd have to go through here. Okay, so I think that's probably the best option. I don't have a lot of great land, so just keeping whatever land I can have for resources free is the best way to use these kind of middling provinces. Choba should probably be a farm. I think having this be a farm for exporting is more important for the Republic overall than having it be another port town that doesn't have any special qualities. So let's make Lobrinia the capital over here. I could also do Sisyphus, though. This province is called Sisyphencia. It is the right distance away. But then I don't have the lake coverage. This also doesn't reach the coast. Let's do Lobrinia. Then over here, we'll do Subzuaratanum. We will miss out on a stone mine, but it should change into something else when we make it a city. Over here, I don't know where this capital will be. It'll be down here somewhere. Then over here, we'll make it Thasticum, which I will do once I have Thasticum. And we will continue to progress through this mission in the next episode of the Carthage campaign. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.